Welcome to the Clayton County Board of Education Board meeting. Today is October 2nd, 2023. We're going to do this meeting a little bit different. I'm calling us to order, and we are going to allow our students to perform. So they're going to do a performance for us, and once they finish with their performance, then we will have our pledge, and we will do some board recognitions. So I want to go ahead and introduce them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Guree. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, didn't give you a chance to respond, so good evening. Thank you. Tonight is a special night in recognition of Spanish Heritage Month. And the performance this evening, I think you're all going to thoroughly enjoy, is being brought to you by the performers from the Mary Ellen Stilwell School of the Arts. We have 5 singers who are going to be presenting to you. They are Angie Sanchez, Natalie Yanez, Ariel Woods, V. Truong, and Shemaya Malone. They will be accompanied on instruments by some very attractive young ladies by the name of Thierry Gallo and Aurelie Para. Sorry. So if you will, please sit back and enjoy this very special performance.
La luna está llena, mi cama vacía, lo que yo te haría. Si te tuviera de frente la mente, te la volaría. De noche de día, de noche de día.
And all the way from Colombia to Puerto Rico, we present to you the Marias.
Quiero tanto devorarte, esta vez besarte, si es que soy capaz. Cariño, eres un amor. Cariño, pintas el color. There's something about you, something about you,
And it being Hispanic Heritage Month, last but definitely not least, you can't forget about Selena.
Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world Here in my room, dreaming about you and me. But tonight has come, the land is dark, y la luz que brillante. Miedo no, no tendré, no necesitaré, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand junto a mí. Stand by me. Y aunque las montañas el cielo caigan, no voy a preocuparme, porque sé que tú estás junto a mí. No lloraré, no lloraré. I won't shed a tear, porque sé que tú estás junto a mí. And darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand junto a mí, junto a mí. And darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand junto a mí, junto a mí.
Aren't they marvelous? Come on, y'all, come on. All right. They are going to clean up, but I believe Miss Blackwood. All right. We have a little difference in our program tonight, so you all bear with us because we had the performance. Let me grab one thing right here. We're in pink tonight. I want to thank my colleagues here, my board members. Can you stand up? You got the pink on. All the staff that has the pink on. All right. Now, we're going to show a little video clip. We're here because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as you can see, I brought my cowbell here. Now, it did used to say fight Goree. But as you can see, I've been fighting so hard that I've lost a few letters. Anybody that knows me, you know I go to the football games and I bring my cowbell with me and everything. They're going to show a little clip. I think I might be on it. I'm a little emotional because they asked me to come and do an interview. And I'm getting a little emotional now because I didn't realize the battle that I had been through. And I know we got some survivors out here. And this is the thing that all the survivors want to do. They want to ring the bell. So I'm going to ring the bell again. That was what I looked most forward to when I was going through my treatment. They're going to show you a little clip, and then I want all the Stillwell people to stay. We do have a certificate for you, and I think I have someone else that's supposed to come and say the pledge for me, but we're going to do, not right now, we're kind of out of order, but it's all right because I'm the chair, okay? Faith over fear is what you need to have when you're dealing with breast cancer or any type of cancer or illness. For me to sit before you and open up the history of my diagnosis, I'm very emotional this morning because God blessed me and I am a survivor. And as you can see with my shirt that I wore this morning that says faith over fear. I always had faith from the very moment that I was diagnosed that I would conquer breast cancer.
My name is Brandon Jones, and I'm the Executive Director of Next Step Education Foundation. We're here at our 6th annual College Career and Services Fair in partnership with the Stephen Marjorie Harvey Foundation. We have students from all over the Metro Atlantic County and all over the state of Georgia to receive acceptances and scholarships on the spot. For our last 3 years, we've had 109 on-the-spot acceptances and $5.2 million in scholarship offers.
Well, today I got a $3,500 scholarship, and I also received the Harvey Foundation book scholarship. This is a good experience to have, talking to colleges, networking with other people, and finding the right college for you.
A lot of colleges here, HBCUs, PWIs, big name schools, and we want to make sure we can expose them to as many colleges as possible.
I like how the colleges, they spoke to you a lot about what they offer. I don't really know much about college, so being able to come here was very eye-opening.
I just want to say thank you to the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation for allowing my son to win a scholarship. Keep making a difference. We love you and we appreciate you.
Marjorie Harvey Foundation this year because it exposes us to so many more students. We're here to make a big impact in the community that we serve.
Okay. It's now time for us to have the Pledge of Allegiance, and leading us in the pledge this time is a 9th grade student from Martha Ellen Stillwell School of the Arts, Jordan Fair. Jordan will be leading the pledge in English and in Spanish. Jordan?
El argumento de libertad de los Estados Unidos de América, que la República quiere estar representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Right. Are you going to do the recognitions now? All right, well, come on up then, if you would. And let me ask you, this is going to stay here, okay? And could we get you not to go too far beyond this piece of tape because of the cables and everything? Madam Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, members of the board, Dr. Smith, members of cabinet, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have some very special recognitions for the month of October. I would ask Rod Smith, the Chief of Technology, if he would come forward. I would also ask anyone from our technology department to please come up and join the board as well. This includes Howard Langford, because he got up. Yes, sir. Well, tonight we're going to recognize Howard Langford. Howard Langford attended special training as presented by the One EdTech organization. As a group designed a special leader certification, the Trust Ed Apps Certified Leader Professional Certification Training. This training is for education and technology leaders who want to develop a high-level understanding of the effective implementation of One EdTech open standards and how they impact instruction. There were 5 different modules that Howard had to complete successfully, including data privacy and accessibility, curriculum innovation and strategies, designing the digital learning ecosystem, data insights for learner success, and learner achievement and opportunities. As you can tell, Howard completed all successfully and is now a nationally certified individual in this area. It should be noted that he was in the first cohort to complete this national certification program. Congratulations. Okay. For the next recognition, I would like Mr. Derek Manning and Dr. Monica Wiley and to please come forward and join the board, if especially if Monica's here. I know she had something going on today, as well as what was happening here. We're going to recognize a school who's had quite a year to start off 23-24. I would like to invite Mr. Samuel West, Dr. Justin Spurley, Magnet and Cambridge lead teacher at Elite Scholars Academy, Mr. Jamin LaBeouf, 9th grade Cambridge general paper teacher, Mr. Eric Gregory, 10th grade Cambridge English language teacher, and Dr. Venkat Kandala, 11th and 12th grade math teacher and SAT representative for Elite Scholars Academy. It's kind of odd. Great. It's kind of odd when you can recognize a school for one accomplishment, but tonight we're going to recognize a school for two accomplishments. First, in the area of the Scholastic Aptitude Test, also known as the SAT. Elite Scholars Academy led the district, the test takers at Elite Scholars Academy during 2023 led the district with a total score, composite score, of 1123. Their 2023 score represents a 24-point increase over the 2022 composite. This score was also 78 points higher than the Georgia Public Schools total score of 1045 and was 120 points higher than the national average of 1003. And those of you who know anything about the SAT, as the total score is made up of the average student's performance on evidence-based reading and writing portion of the test and the math portion of the test as well. So congratulations again. Now, nobody move. Elite Scholars Academy is the only 6th through 12th grade Cambridge International School in the state of Georgia. The Cambridge International program provides students with the opportunity to pursue a rigorous program of study based on an internationally standardized curriculum. The Cambridge Advanced International Certificate Diploma program is an innovative and accelerated method of academic study. Well, Elite Scholars Academy students outperform their counterparts, across the nation's Cambridge International Schools on the 2022-2023 Cambridge International Assessments, specifically the English General Paper and English Language Assessments. 94% of Elite Scholars' 9th grade class earned passing scores on the English General Paper Assessment. surpassing the 76% national passing percentage. And as if that weren't enough, the Cambridge English Language course provides students with opportunities to make critical and informed responses to a wide range of texts. Students also demonstrate their ability to produce writing to specific beliefs and for given audiences. 80% of Elite Scholars Academy 10th grade class earned passing scores on the English language assessment, surpassing the 62% national passing percentage and the 64% international passing percentage. And now the pictures. Okay, you want to go ahead and do them? Okay. Now we'd also like to do a couple of special recognitions for the individuals who were here and entertained us earlier tonight. I would ask that the student performers from Stillwell School of the Arts, if you would come forward, greet the board, and pose for a photograph, please. I think we need to have the principal come forward too to join the group up at front. Also joining up front is Jordan Fair, who led our pledge. Now we want to invite parents and supportive adults of this group up front to join them for our group pictures. So if we have any parents out in the audience, please come forward and join us for that opportunity. All right. During the course of the summer and during the first few months of the opening of school, we've had a number of events in the community sponsored by the board as part of its community outreach. The board would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to special individuals who helped make those events possible. For Mr. Mark Christmas, our District 2 board representative, the Invicta Watch Crew of Atlanta was started back in 2021 by the founder, William Tompkins Jr., who had a vision to bring people together over watches, giving back and enjoying life. This is now a growing nonprofit organization consisting of a group of men and women who love Invicta watches. Members share a common interest in a fun and eventful atmosphere and the love of giving back to the community. In addition to a successful third annual book bag drive with board member Mark Christmas, the Invicta Watch Crew hosts toy drives, clothing drives, shoe drives, water donations, and the donation of toiletries for the women's shelters. We wish to thank Mr. Tompkins and the Invicta Watch Crew for their ongoing support of the students and their families of Clayton County Public Schools. Mr. William Tompkins, Jr. This is for Victoria Williams, board member representing District 4, for the assistance with her Back in School event. We want to extend our appreciation to these individuals for providing valuable support to District 4 board member Victoria Williams' Back in School event. The event was a great success thanks to the work and support of the following people. Please come forward as I call your name and remain up front. Hector Gutierrez, representative of the Forest Park City Council. Tanisha Dixon, City of Forest Park. Demetrius Collins, Kathy Collins, House of Hope. Pastor and Lady Richardson of Recharge Faith and Empowerment Ministries. Raymond Williams, Triple Garden Kung Fu Academy, and Anthony Nash, ATL Projects. Please come forward. Anthony Nash. Is Mr. Nash in the audience, please? Anthony Nash. Okay. Our next recognition for the board, Representative Dr. Beatrice D. Haney of District 5 for assistance with her back-to-school event earlier this year. Prophet Jameson Eichelberger is pastor of Bethlehem City of Faith Church and was recently appointed as the superintendent of the Kingdom of Dominion District within the Tennessee Metropolitan Ecclesiastical Jurisdiction of the Churches of God in Christ. Prophet Jameson Eichelberger is to be commended for his strong leadership and his tireless work towards providing numerous resources to our community and particularly to the stakeholders of Clayton County Public Schools. Most recently, Prophet Eichelberger and his congregation co-hosted the District 5 Back to School event with Dr. D. Haney. We thank Prophet Eichelberger and the Bethlehem City of Faith Church for their ongoing support of our students and the community at large. And I don't know if I got it right or if I didn't say it correctly, but I do want to make sure for correction's sake. In the previous group, it was Pastor and Lady Richardson of the Recharge Faith and Empowerment Ministry. So I wanted to make sure I got that taken care of. Joy Tellis Cooper represents District 8 on the board, and she wants to thank some individuals for helping her with her back-to-school event. The Lending Love Foundation Incorporated was founded by Darlene R. McCrory. The foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization bringing awareness to the entire community of Clayton and Fulton counties. The organization focuses on providing youth development programs and resources to help underserved communities. They provide mentoring and sponsorship programs inspired to produce results for economically disadvantaged youth. We wish to honor Ms. McCrory and the Lending Love Foundation for their recent partnership with District 8 board member Joy Tellis Cooper and sponsoring the annual Back to School Block Party. Ms. Gorey, do you want to read or do you want me to?
This has been driving us crazy. Okay, I want to present some recognition to some people. We saw a video of a college fair. Actually, that's not the video from the one that we had in Clayton County. So we'll run it before we leave. But I would like to recognize Mr. Brandon Jones, Ms. Janette Fair, and Kim Middlebrooks from Next Step Education. Could you all come forward, please? Mr. Brandon Jones is actually a graduate of Morrow High School, and he has been having the college fair for some time, and he couldn't quite get cooperation with another entity, so someone referred him to me, and I said, come on home, Brandon, come on home to Morrow High School. So he did an amazing job at the at the college fair that we had at Morrow High School. Let me tell you, people, we had people from Savannah, we had people from Griffin Spalding, DeKalb County, Fayette County. We had about 50 people that came with the trio from, that was Spalding County. And so anyway, they came to steal stuff from Clayton County Public Schools, an amazing job. And that was with the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation, and Next Steps, and Jesse Goree, District 3. So we're gonna take this picture, and then I'm gonna have I'm gonna come up here with you. But we had some other help there as well. Now, actually, I want you all to just stay, because this was really a group project. Stay on up here, because in order for us to be successful, would Dr. Alicia Dunn happen to be in the audience today? Dr. Dunn, come on up, Dr. Dunn. This is a group collaboration. We could not have done it had it not been for Dr. Dunn sending out buses to all of our high schools to bring our students. So this is a group effort. Stay right there, Dr. Dunn. And I would like to also have, is Miss Tiffany Johnson, Mr. Frank Brown, or Quentin Avery from Communities in Schools. Come on up, Communities in Schools. I believe that we have Communities in Schools in all of our high schools now, most of our middle schools. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit more. Y'all get on in here. All of this is a team effort. And last but not least, see these very beautiful children right here. I couldn't give a plaque to each and every one of them, but I believe that the lead cadet, is it you, Miss Ramos? Yes, the cadets of Morrow High School also played an astronomical part in this, in that they set up the gym. When this was over, Miss Ramos, I saw her fold up a couple of those tables and roll them on out. So this also goes to the cadets of Morrow High School, the Air Force ROTC program. Could you all come up and join us? Come on. We're gonna let Miss Ramos, where is she at? We're gonna let her have the privilege. Now, all of this is all of these people played a role in our, let me get out the way, I'm sorry. Out of our college fair, okay. All right, I'm gonna get in the middle of you all. Can we scoot down, maybe scoot down a little bit? This is what we call a partnership right here. Thank you all so much. Okay. All right, now our last recognition, I hope that the good Reverend C.H. Brady is in the audience. Come on up, Dr. Brady. Now, we're recognizing Dr. Brady because each and every board member that is standing right here, Dr. Brady has done something for us for our back to school, Christmas, Easter, whatever, you name it, he helps the school board out. So on behalf of the Clayton County Board of Education, I want to thank Dr. Brady for the support of Clayton County Public Schools. At the beginning of the year, you get in the middle, he does a phenomenal back to school event. And as I said, he always supports us. So this is actually from the Clayton County Board of Education. Thank you, Dr. Brady, for everything that you do for us, okay? All right. Is that it, Mr. White? Okay, thank you all so much. Yeah, I haven't forgotten. I just got to get my. All right, everyone. I believe everyone's feet are hurting a little bit, but it was well worth it. At this time, we will resume our regular board meeting, and I will start by calling the roll of all of our board members, starting with District 1, Ms. Jasmine Bowles.
Present.
District 2, Mr. Mark Christmas.
Present.
District 3, Jesse Goree, present. District 4, Ms. Victoria Williams.
Present.
District 5, Dr. D. Haney. I know she's present. District 6, Ms. Mary Baker.
Present.
District 7, Ms. Sabrina Hill.
Present.
District 8, Ms. Joy Tellis Cooper.
Present.
District 9, Mr. Benjamin Straker. Superintendent, Dr. Anthony Smith.
Present.
Attorney, Mr. Clem Doyle.
Present.
Board Liaison, Ms. Kim Blackwood. Ms. Alicia Battle, our Administrative Assistant to the Superintendent and Board. Ms. Dawn Blau, Administrative Assistant to the Deputy Superintendent. All right, thank you all so much. Now, before we get started with our program, I do want to have a moment of silent reflection, because last week when I came, I was a little discombobulated because I'd had almost a situation with my own life. But we lost some very valued employees last week. And I want us to have a moment of silence for Miss Yvonne Tigner, who was a parent liaison at North Clayton Middle School. Also, Miss Sandra Jackson, who was a nutrition manager at Jonesboro High School. Also, our board member, Mr. Christmas, lost an aunt, Miss Mamie Ruth Davis. And I also want to acknowledge the fact that before I came here this afternoon, they did release the name of the student at Griffin High School who lost his life after a football game on Friday. His name was Emmanuel Dorsey. And I want us to keep the other young man in prayer that committed the crime, allegedly committed the crime. So please, let's take a moment of silence for those people. Thank you. On another note, as we had the young ladies to say happy birthday, we want to acknowledge that our illustrious personality on the other end of the day is the Honorable Mark Christmas, celebrated his birthday on Sunday. So let us say happy birthday to Mr. Christmas. Happy birthday, Mr. Christmas. Now, I don't know if we have Mr. Fine Arts in the building again, do we? Is Mr. Fine Arts back there? That's what I call him. Dr. Bowie, is Dr. Bowie in the house? Oh, he's not. Oh, he is. Dr. Bowie, come on just real quick and just give us a little short rendition for Mr. Christmas. Dr. Bowie's not back there. Come on, Dr. Bowie, real quickly. We can't just, come on.
Let's play with dynamic. This means loud, this means bring it down. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right. And very quickly, as I said, we're recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're also recognizing Hispanic American, Awareness Month. Very quickly, I'm going to ask the board members if you would, do you know if you have the name of a survivor or anybody that you want to recognize? Real quickly, could you do that for me? Because we need early to make sure you get your mammograms. Ladies, husbands, make sure your wife gets that mammogram, because it is one of our leading killers, especially for African-American women. And we know that it is very expensive to, the treatment is. So I'm gonna start down there with you, District 1, and we'll just come down.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to lift the name of my great-grandmother at this time, who was a breast cancer survivor, Irma Martinez.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I would like to lift up the name Keisha Pooler. She used to work with me 20 years ago at Morrow High School, and she's a breast cancer survivor, but we lost her to Atlanta.
I would like to lift up Mrs. Ross and Miss Doreen.
Madam Chair, I'd like to lift up my auntie, Dorothy Johnson.
Thank you, Superintendent.
I'd like to lift up my friend, Mrs. Jessica Goree, breast cancer survivor.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Smith. I have quite a few names. Ms. Brenda Ross Wilson, her name's already been stated. I'm gonna say Dr. Pitts, if she's in here. I know Sarah Canyon, and also Tammy, our former, come on, y'all, help me out with Miss Tammy Burrows. How could I forget Tammy Burrows? Those are the names that I want to lift up. Mr. Straker.
Yeah, I want to acknowledge two different people. One, Tracy Kenyatta, who's a breast cancer survivor. And then lastly, shout out to Valencia Henderson, my childhood friend, who I just came back from her funeral last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a shout out to my mother-in-law, Lee Baker. Wonderful woman, I'm sorry, but she survived over 20 years. So for those of you who have this fight, don't give up. And I want to praise God because I'm 8 years out.
That's right. Miss Hill.
I just want to recognize Gail Murray, a colleague who's a breast cancer survivor, as well as April Burgess, who is also a colleague that's a breast cancer survivor.
I would like to acknowledge a childhood friend, classmate, Erica Dean. She's actually fighting, but I know she's going to come through. And I also want to just say to all the breast cancer survivors, great, and it's good to be here. So thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you all. At this time, I'm going to read the ethics statement. In accordance with Board Policy BH, it is the duty of every board member to avoid both conflicts of interest and appearances of such conflicts. Does any board member have any known conflict of interest or appearance of such conflict with respect to any matter scheduled to come before the board at this meeting or appearing on our proposed agenda? If so, please identify the conflict or appearance of conflict and refrain from participation in the matter involved. At this time, we will have public participation. Ms. Hill.
Madam Chair, I'm not sure if Ms. Ford had the opportunity to sign in, but she is here for public comment.
What did you say?
Ms. Stephanie Ford is present for public comment. I don't know if she was able to sign in.
Okay. All right, the rules. The Clayton County Board of Education welcomes public participation and will hear any interested individual pursuant to the guidelines outlined in policy BCBI. Members of the public will not be allowed to discuss individual personnel issues or confidential student matters. Speakers must identify themselves and topics before speaking. Speakers will be given 3 minutes to speak, and time may not be yielded from one speaker to another. Board members will not respond to comments from speakers. The chairperson may respond as appropriate. Issues requiring possible action by the board may be added to future agendas. Issues that may need to be addressed by the administration will be duly noted. And abusive language and/or personal attacks will not be permitted. Individuals addressing the board must at all times adhere to the civility policy. The first name I have on the list is Mr. Artesius Miller.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Smith. My name is Artesius Miller. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. My topic this evening is to speak on behalf of the naming of the pre-K or the naming of the pre-K Learning Center for Riverdale. There's someone who sits on this Board of Education who's unapologetic about her advocacy for students here in Clayton County. And in 2010, I got a chance to meet Ms. Jessie Goree for the very first time. And since I've known her, she's been someone who has been a stand-up citizen, not just for Riverdale, which she claims to fame. For the last 30 years, she's been a resident of Riverdale, but more importantly, she's been an advocate for children, regardless of their physical address here in the county. And Ms. Goree and I, like I said, we met back in 2010, and she has been someone who I have said to be unwavering with her support for the decision-making of students, although at times things can get a little strong and volatile, but her heart, I think, is well known for all that works very closely with her and standing by her side on the board. Ms. Goree has received support from our institution, Utopian Academy for the Arts, for some time. And if you've ever been to our campus, there's an 8-foot mural of her picture to show just how much she means to us. But even further, my support in my role today is to share just truly how much I believe she's worthy of being able to have her name erected on a building in her community that she has proudly served for so many years. She is a Clayton County grandparent. She has been a I'm a member of not only this Board of Education, but on the other side as an educator, K-12 educator, and it's someone who I truly believe is deserving to receive her flowers while she can still be here with us, to be able to smell them and to be able to see her legacy, which she has worked so tirelessly for the last 15 years to be carved in history. And so oftentimes we do see that educators, or oftentimes we see buildings named after folks that have not necessarily served in this line of work, but as an educator who has deeply rooted ties here in Clayton County, it will be a beautiful thing for her to be able to see that while we still have her. And so, Ms. Goree, I just want to tell you thank you for all of your support throughout the years. From the bottom of my heart, I'm not going to get emotional because I could, but I want you, and you know how much you mean to me, and I say this publicly because your support has been there genuinely. It has not been forced. It has not been one that anybody has asked you to do, but out of the kindness of your heart and more importantly, the kindness of what you believe is right for students. So I just want to say thank you to the Board of Education. I appreciate your time this evening. Mr. Superintendent, it's good to see you, sir. And that's my comment. So thank you for the opportunity to be here. And I say good luck with being able to get this name, this building named to your honor, Ms. Goree. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. The next name I have on the list is Isaiah Goree.
Good evening, board, mother, other members of the board, everybody out in the audience. My name is Isaiah Goree. Obviously, you all know who my mother is. And the reason I'm here is to speak on behalf of the naming of the building in Riverdale for the Early Learning Center. What better name than Jessie Goree? District 3, BOE, we've been hearing the chant since 2008 to 2009. This lady was instrumental in bringing back the accreditation for Clayton County. And I can say as a witness and a graduate of North Clayton High School, I was there when everybody pulled their kids out. They didn't know what was gonna happen with the school district, but there were still parents that left their kids in the school. My mom was one that gave up her job to join the school board to fight for that cause, not just for myself, but for the children of Clayton County. My mom has served as a teacher, an administrator, and a member on the board for over 40 years now. It's more than 30 years in Atlanta Public Schools and in Clayton County. So what better person, in my opinion, to name the board, to name the building after than a lady that fights for children on a daily basis. She's at all your high school football games. She goes to all the basketball games. She's an avid member and fighter for Clayton County. So this is my time. Board chair, superintendent, members of the board, I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you, son. The next name I have on the list is Dr. C.H. Brady.
Madam Chair, Brother Vice Chair, Superintendent, to the Board of Education, I am excited to be here tonight. I'm C. Harrison Brady. I'm a resident of Clayton County, as well as the newly elected chair of the Clayton County Development Authority. I come to you not in that position. I come to you asking that you give some leniency, those that have already made up their minds. Just take a moment and think about this question. Why not Jessie? I watched Jessie Goree undergo one of the most fearful moments in history. I watched Jessie Goree leave chemo treatment, weary, yet she had a fight in her. She had a fight to continue to fight for her kids, all of the kiddos of Clayton County Public Schools. I watched Jessie Goree go, and I watched her bury her friends, her family. I looked at her and I watched her head back to Kentucky head from Kentucky, get to the board meetings. She could have stepped down. She should have stepped down. Doctor's orders, calm down, step down, but she refused to step down. She refused to step down. Her body is going through pain. Nobody saw the tears. Nobody understood the sleepless nights. Nobody understood what Jessie Goree went through. She would fight. She would get on the board's nerves, and she would come back, and she would bring it all back together. No one understands what it feels like to be in her shoes. I heard our sister Baker, and I give you honor for, and I give God honor for 8 years out. This is a deadly weapon that's taken our women and many of our men. But Jessie Goree, this is your night. Whether you get the votes or not, I'm believing that God will change the hearts of your colleagues and that they will honor a living being. I asked someone today, and they said, did she die? I said, no, she's decided to live. And tonight, I congratulate you for living. Jessie Goree, please name this school after Jessie Goree.
Thank you, Dr. Brady. The next person is Miss Stephanie Ford. Miss Stephanie Ford.
Hi, good evening. Good evening. My name is Stephanie Ford. I am the president and CEO of a nonprofit organization called Area in Need Missionary House. We are located in Riverdale, Georgia. We actually service the homeless men, women, and children that live in hotels and extended stays. We have been in business in Clayton County for 7 years. I am an advocate for Clayton County. I'm an advocate for Clayton County Public Schools. I'm a little nervous, you guys. At our center, we have a food pantry, a clothing closet, a Southside Works program where we actually help anybody in the community. Our program extends to LaGrange, Georgia. Back in 2021, we started a pilot program at one of the elementary schools in LaGrange, Georgia. And what this is that we took unused closet space and we turned it into the Because We Care closet. This is a resource closet that we have put in place not only for students, but for teachers. And what this looks like is that we take the space, we build it out, we provide food, clothes, toiletries, anything that a child would need while they are in school, we provide those things to the students and to the teachers. Well, we did a pilot program down there for about 1.5 years. With that 1.5 years, we've serviced about 186 kids through that program. And so I decided, as we service the homeless men, women, and children that are in school here in Clayton County and in the hotels, I said, what better way to serve the students while they're in school is to provide closets here in Clayton County. We've actually started 4 schools that we have Because We Care closets in them. We have Clayton County, we have Riverdale Elementary, we have Swint Elementary, we have Jonesboro High, we have Forest Park Middle School. And in these schools, we actually have partners, and we've taken this space, we've had closets, and we've taken this space and we put school supplies, non-perishable food items. Each closet comes with a refrigerator and a microwave. They have clothes, uniform, shoes, coats, anything that a child would need while they are in school. We have provided that. You wouldn't believe that we are actually serviced about almost 220 kids over the last few months since school started. And so we would like to take this program all over Clayton County schools. We would like to provide this service to Clayton County schools, all Title I schools. We are looking for support from the school board, from you guys in your districts. We would like to put a Cosby Care closet in each district, in any school that would need a closet. So I propose that, you guys get behind area need and the Cosby Care closets and support us in that manner. Thank you.
Good, all right. Thank you, Ms. Ford, thank you. Okay, did you say everything? Okay, all right, I was giving you some more time. Thank you all so much for public comment. I appreciate all comments. At this time, I'm going to go back. Ms. Baker did want to do another recognition very quickly, so go ahead, Ms. Baker. We were trying to let her get herself together.
Since this is Hispanic Month, I just want to take a moment to give a shout out to astronaut Frank Rubio. He has just spent 371 days at the space station, twice of what he was supposed to, the longest U.S. Person to be in the space station, and he second only to somebody we don't care about. So again, I just want to make sure that we tell our children the great things that are happening. And this gentleman came from little to nothing. And it doesn't matter where you come from. The sky is the limit and past. So thank you to astronaut Frank Rubio.
Thank you, Ms. Baker. At this time, we will address our executive session recommendations. We had two things that we went in for personnel and land acquisition. So we have a motion for land acquisition. The motion, we have two motions. I have a motion to approve the purchase and acquisition of the real property located at 5751 West Fayetteville Road, College Park, Georgia, for the sum of $525,000 plus relocation expenses of $9,600, and authorize the execution of a temporary rental agreement. Said motion will authorize the chair to execute any and all documents related to as approved by the board attorneys. I'm going to make the motion, and I need a second. I see Ms. Bowles like.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second that we accept the, well, I won't repeat the motion. It's quite lengthy. So I need your vote, please. And it is unanimous. The second motion to approve, I move to, the motion is to approve the purchase and acquisition of the real property located at, I'm thinking it's 0 West Fayetteville Road, College Park. I believe it's 13103A001 Park. College Park, I'm sorry, consisting of 7, I might need the attorney. Where's the attorney? Do I have it correct? Okay, all right. Consisting of 71 plus or minus acres for the sum of $10 million, and to accept the, come on up here. No, it's not. I can't read with glasses. I had to take my no. Am I getting close? Okay, I'm sorry. Is that? I think.
The contemporaneous.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, and accept the contemporaneous donation. Excuse me, you all, in the amount of $1 million from the property owner or its designees. Said motion will authorize the chair to execute any and all documents related thereto as approved by the board attorneys. And I'm gonna make this motion. I'm gonna say so move for this motion. That's the easiest thing for me to do because that's North Clayton High School potential. And I need a second, and I believe I see Ms. Baker's like.
I'm going to second it if I don't have to repeat it.
Okay, thank you. All right, we need to vote. And it is unanimous. Thank you all so much. All right, at this time, the next item that we have on the agenda is the announcements from our Vice Chair, Mr. Straker.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, district administrators, and citizens of Clayton County. Here are the announcements for the month of October. October is home to the final portion of Hispanic Heritage Month, National Dropout Prevention Month, National Bullying Prevention Month, and National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. During the month of October, the district's Department of Counseling, Enrollment, and Post-Secondary Readiness will host its College, Career, and Life Readiness Thursdays initiative. During these 60-minute virtual sessions beginning at 6 p.m., CCPS families and students will be provided with information and resources from partner four-year colleges and university, technical colleges, career-focused programs, workforce readiness, and more to ensure students' successful transition into their post-secondary pursuits. For additional information, please visit the Counseling, Enrollment, and Post-Secondary Readiness Department's website. The 2023 Georgia Pre-K Week will take place October 2nd to the 6th. The annual observance provides an opportunity for the pre-K program to showcase Georgia pre-K classrooms throughout the district. Special guest readers will provide virtual and in-person read-alouds to pre-K students, in addition to a variety of special activity and programs that have been scheduled for this week. Local stakeholders and community business leaders are encouraged to learn and participate in this valuable instructional program. This year, to recognize the 2023 National School Lunch Program and the 30 million children it serves throughout the U.S. every day, Clayton County Public Schools will observe and celebrate National School Lunch Week from October 2nd through the 6th. The theme for this year's observance is Level Up with School Lunch, focusing on the importance of a healthy school lunch on a student's success, both in and out of the classroom. As always, National School Lunch Week invites creativity and promotes healthy menu options. Clayton County Public Schools Department of Counseling, Enrollment, and Post-Secondary Readiness and Strategic Improvement invites students and parents, guardians interested in college, career, and life readiness to participate in a dual enrollment informational session. The virtual session will take place on Thursday, October 5th, 2023, beginning at 6 p.m. To register, please go to the district's website. All schools and offices will be closed for fall break beginning Monday, October 9th, and continuing through Friday, October 13th. Students and district employees will resume a regular schedule on Monday, October 14th. National School Bus Safety Week is October 16th through October 20th. The theme for this year is Driving Safely into the Future. In addition to focusing on school bus safety, this is the week that we appreciate and celebrate school bus drivers and monitors for their hard work and dedication. Parents and students are encouraged to thank their drivers and monitors for the services they provide. Beginning Thursday, October 19th, and continuing through October 31st, the district will be observing National Red Ribbon Week 2023. School counselors will engage elementary, middle, and high school students in classroom lessons and school-wide activities for Red Ribbon Week 2023 that encompasses the theme, Be Kind to Your Mind, Live Drug-Free. Clayton County Public Schools encourage students, parents, communities, organizations, and local businesses to join our National Red Ribbon Week 2023 campaign to build a better tomorrow today by increasing awareness and living drug-free. The 6th Annual Mental Health Awareness 5K Run and Walk will take place on Saturday, October 21st at Heinz Ward Field at Tara Stadium in Jonesboro, beginning at 9 a.m. Formerly known as the CCPS Teen Violence and Suicide Awareness 5K, this will reimagine mental wellness event. This reimagined mental wellness event is designed to educate and raise awareness among young people, families, and our community about mental health, and to promote well-being activities. Registration is now open, and all proceeds will benefit district well-being efforts for staff and scholars. Please access the district's website for more information. Clayton County Public Schools will administer the new digital version of the PSAT 8-9 and the PSAT NMSQT on Wednesday, October 25th. Tests involving the 9th graders, 10th graders, and select 11th graders who could possibly qualify for the National Merit Scholarship. The Superintendent's Blueprint Series Tour continues on Wednesday, October 25th at Morrow High School in Ellenwood. The informative session will begin at 6 p.m. The October board work session is scheduled for Monday, October 30th. The meeting is scheduled for the boardroom of the district's administration complex and will begin at 5 p.m. Applications for the district's magnet program will open Wednesday, November 1st, and will remain open through Friday, December 1st. Magnet application assistance will be available on Wednesday, November 1st from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Professional Learning Center in Jonesboro, and on Saturday, November 4th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Virginia Burton Gray Recreational Center in Riverdale. No appointments are needed. Please see the district's website for our magnet assistance dates, times, and locations for more information. The school district will observe the second Extending Learning Beyond the Classroom Day of the 2023-2024 school year on Friday, November 3rd. All students in grades pre-K to 12 will remain home for the asynchronous or independent learning, asynchronous, it's the same word, right? Asynchronous or independent learning while all staff will report to work on that day. The November board meeting will take place on Monday, November 6th. The meeting is scheduled for the boardroom of the district administration complex and will begin at 6 p.m. Madam Chair, that concludes tonight's announcements. I have one more announcement, Madam Chair. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, in coordination with the Federal Communications Commission, will conduct a nationwide test of the wireless emergency alert and an emergency alert system on Wednesday, October 4th at 2 p.m. FEMA will send a message to cell phones and over television and radio station channels at that time. Please do not be alarmed. It will be only a test. Thank you, Madam Chair. That concludes the announcement.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Straker. All right.
Synchronous.
I don't like that. I don't like that word anyway. All right, we're doing the approval of the minutes, and we have the minutes from the board work session, August 28th, 2023. Do we need to add anything? Any additions or deletions? All right, seeing none, we will accept them as presented. We also have the minutes from the board meeting September 5th, 2023. Looking to see if we have any additions, deletions, corrections. Seeing none, we will accept them as presented. All right, the next item that we have on the agenda is the consent agenda for action. This includes the financial report, the SPLOST revenue report, the purchasing report, the banking services, budget calendar, fiscal year 2024 through 2025, SPLOST construction report, the KW maintenance complex bid, personnel changes report. I see a light, Ms. Baker.
Madam Chair, I wanted to ask if we could approve the agenda except for the maintenance complex. I'd like to have that bidded separately, that bid done separately, or that vote.
All right, you want to pull that from the consent?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're pulling item G, the KW maintenance complex bid, and I need a motion for our other items except for G. Do I have a motion? Ms. Baker?
So moved.
Yes, and Ms. Williams was, okay, it's been moved and properly second that we will vote on everything except for item G. So I need your vote. Ms. Tilda Scooper. All right, and it is unanimous. All right, we need a motion in regards to the KW maintenance complex bid. Mr. Christmas. All right, you're moving to approve it. All right, yes. All right, well, I need just one way or the other. You moving, it doesn't matter either way you go. I'm asking you what your motion is.
My motion is to move to deny the
Okay, that's, the motion is to deny the recommendation given by the district. Do I have a second? Ms. Baker?
I second it.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second to deny the recommendation of the district. Please vote. And notice the word is deny. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm voting for you. Okay, I'll say to not accept the district's recommendation in regards to the bid for all right, I see that we have 6 in favor of denying it. We have 2. Ms. Hill, is this a abstention? Okay, we have 2 abstentions. I'll just call the votes. So we have Ms. Bowles and Ms. Hill abstaining. So that you got that, Ms.? Okay, we have, looks like, let's see, 6 in favor of the motion to deny. That is Mr. Christmas, Ms. Williams, Dr. Haney, Jesse Gorey, Ms. Baker, Ms. Cooper. And then we have 1 opposed to the motion. That's Mr. Straker. All right, the motion carries. Okay. Next item on the agenda is facilities naming. And I am going to turn this over to Mr. Straker, because I think so. Or is it? Yeah.
Good evening, community. We are now going to proceed with a discussion first before the vote on the Jesse Goree naming of the facility to Jesse Goree's Early Learning Center. Is there anyone that needs to have a discussion? Ms. Cooper, I see your light.
So not really a discussion, but I am asking, excuse me, y'all, I'm trying to get over a cold. I'm trying to ask for this item to be postponed for the Early Learning Center. And if I can get a second, I guess we can discuss it, correct?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Do I need a second to discuss it, or can I go ahead?
First give me your reason, and then I'll poll
Okay.
the rest of the.
So the reason that I'm asking that we postpone the naming of the Early Learning Center, I have several reasons. So the first is that we have a responsibility as board members, and being that we are sitting board members and we're serving the community, I just think that it's best that we are govern ourselves and that we are accountable for what we do. It could be looked at as there is a sense of not really entitlement, but that we're persuading the audience, the community, the board members to vote in a certain way. And I'm not saying at all that no one deserves the accolades, because I know how hard that she's worked, but you also have to think about those that have come before, who have sat as chair, those that sat through SACs and worked just as hard as the others. I just don't want to set up a precedence that this is what we're expected and what we're expecting to do for others when they do service, because when we're voted in to serve the people, not to be served. So in that capacity, I'm not saying that anyone doesn't deserve anything. I've sat and I've watched how hard, so I hope that she doesn't take this in a personal matter. This is more of a accountability matter that we as board members need to go back and look at ourselves. Secondly, I just feel that going forward, however this goes, that we need to look at policy. It's not fair to, as I said before, those that have sat here, those that are sitting, and those that will come after us. So what I'm asking is that we postpone the naming of the Early Learning Center into a later date.
My question to you is, you want to postpone it as opposed to making your vote to whether you're
I would like to postpone it.
Okay. What do you believe we will get out of postponing it as opposed to voting tonight?
We as a board, we need to actually sit down and talk about and govern ourselves accordingly. So we really didn't have a whole lot of time to discuss, and I think everyone that's sitting up here would agree with me. We did not have the time to discuss this matter, and I think it's unfair to those before us, those that are sitting here, and those that will come after us. So we need to make sure that we are in line in what we're doing, hold ourselves accountable at all times, and we just need to move forward. So.
All right, let me hear from the other two. And then we'll consider that postponement. I see Ms. Bowles. Ms. Bowles?
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Unfortunately, I did not have the honor of being here last week. I was in DC fighting for our kids a different way. But I did want to lift my thoughts on this matter. And similar to my colleague, it is my deep hope that folks understand I am commenting on the idea and not the honoree. Because no one, myself included, would ever fix my mouth to speak ill of or take away from the incredible, heart-filled work that the current chair has put forth. And not starting today, not starting yesterday, but throughout her career. And I find that this topic breaches protocol and precedent in many ways. I have done some research, not only among my constituents, but on the internet. And I struggled to find an example of this exact scenario. I find that there are often buildings named after all types of folks, of which my current chair is of their caliber, right? This is not a quality conversation. This is a timing and optics conversation. I would not be surprised if this very body with these same people convened any number of months later, having the same conversation, and were able to honor the current chair unanimously. Maybe after that person is no longer elected, maybe after appearance of influence or conflict of interest are all off the table. Perhaps this same body would bestow the same honor. I have a challenge, though, and my constituents have reached out to me and they put me here. I'm not here for popularity contest. As difficult as this is to verbalize, I was sent here to make difficult decisions just like this one, which is why I want to emphasize that this is about practice and protocol, and in no way, in any way, not acknowledging the immense honor that is deserving to and for our chair today, yesterday, and tomorrow. But I find that this particular honor at this particular time, for the sake of my constituents who've reached out and said, I don't like the way that looks, I've got to lift that as my comment and an opinion on the matter.
Okay, now in your comment, are you supporting the idea of Ms. Cooper where you want to postpone and have more discussion, or is that your comment and you're ready to vote tonight?
I would love to, I'm not sure if Ms. Tellis Cooper's comment was a comment or a motion. If it's a motion,
She didn't make the motion yet. I'm asking you.
Yeah, if she's making a motion, I would love to second the opportunity to delay this so that it falls in line with precedent and protocol according to our current policies.
You got it. Miss Williams?
I feel like this did not just sneak up on us. We've been receiving letters from the community for months, and we should just vote and see where it goes.
So you want to vote? All right, Ms. Cooper.
Well, wait a minute. I think I'm gonna take this off the table as far as dealing with me. Since we have discussion now about postponing it, are you trying to postpone it because of me, or are you postponing everything tonight? Because I'm gonna say this, you all have said there are 3 things that need to be done. I'm gonna take me off the table. You're talking about policy. You have the policy before you. Naming facilities, policy FDC, naming facilities. I will read it if you haven't. Everybody sitting up here on this board has been on this board for more than 1 term. Basically, what I'm hearing, I don't know, we had 3 things that we needed to name. First of all, we did something that's not even in policy. There was a suggestion to put a survey on so we did a survey. The results have come out from the survey. There are 3 things that we need to name. And the surveys, I believe, if I look at the numbers, the public still, I need to take myself out.
Yeah, Ms. Corey, we can't.
I won't
let's be
speak
careful.
for me, but if you look at the survey, the names that were put there, those are the names for the other 2 facilities that came out. So the policy is here, and it's on the agenda as an action this evening. Last week, you said you wanted to vote on it, and so you all need to decide. I'll take my name out whether you're trying to postpone all of them.
Are there any other comments or discussions that need to be done? If not, Ms. Tellis, would you want to make a motion for postponement?
Yes. So my motion, make sure I'm doing this right, Clem, is to postpone the naming of the Early Learning Center.
Right. Just the Early Learning Center, right? Is there a second? Ms. Bowles?
Second.
All right. I've heard a motion. I've had it properly second, and I will now ask for a vote to postpone the discussion of the Early Learning Center naming. I don't want to do that right now, Ms. Corey. I cannot do that right now. No, I'm not being. All right. I think all the votes are in to postpone not all the votes are in? Ms. Haney, did you vote yet? You abstained? Mark, did you vote yet?
Yes.
You did? Your vote is? No, okay. Right, 4-4. Where does that go with 4 and 4? Go ahead.
So I'm showing 4 votes in favor and 1 against.
Right.
Are there other votes that are in, other abstentions?
Right.
So how many abstentions do you have?
How many abstentions? How many abstentions? Just 1. Two. Okay, so there is no majority, therefore we have to vote. Is that correct?
So I understand there's 1 recusal.
Right.
And so the quorum now is going to be still 5 of the 8 remaining votes needed. So if there are 4 votes, then the motion fails.
The motion fails.
And that would mean that
You know what?
that would mean, Mr. Straker, that we proceed to the main motion on the floor, which is the agenda item.
Okay. Prior to making that vote, this has become very hard for me. I just finished taking a flight from New York to Georgia. I've taken that flight 100 times. This was the longest flight that I've ever taken. Because the lady sitting next to me definitely, without question, without doubt, deserves a building that's named after her. There's no question about that. I mirror the sentiments of Dr. Miller, Reverend Brady, and Isaiah Goree. I love this lady. Not supposed to be telling you that right now. Love, literally love this lady. In 2015, when I got voted in, they told me I was going to make hard votes, that it was going to be hard for me to make these decisions. I'm looking at all the faces in here. There's nobody in here that deserves that building more than this lady right here. But then I got to take away my personal. I heard all the personal speeches that came up here. And I got to think about the policy, and I got to look at the policy and say, appearance of conflict of interest. Appearance. That means if it just even looks like it's a conflict of interest, we can't do it. Ms. Goree, I will be one of those people that will stand at this podium the day that you're not on this board. And I'm going to advocate for a building as hard as I can, the naming of a building as hard as I can on that night or that month or that year. I'm going to advocate really hard because there's nobody that works harder in the history of Clayton County Public Schools than this lady that's sitting next to me. But tonight, I can't do that. I got to put on my board hat tonight. And I got to say that it looks like a conflict of interest. And that if this person was not sitting on this board right now, I would be standing at that podium advocating for the naming of this building for Jesse Goree. But tonight, I cannot do that. All right, so if someone would please make the motion for the naming of the Early Learning Center for Jesse Goree. I see a light, Ms. Williams. I'll second that motion. And we'll now make a vote on the naming of the Early Learning Center in the name of Jesse Goree. Please make your vote. Yes. Go ahead, Ms. Cooper.
Okay, so
No,
you're,
it's a
you're
no.
seconding,
I second the vote
so
for
you're
the naming
going with,
of, what was that?
you're going with the vote.
I'm
To name
going,
it.
my vote is red. That means no.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. But you,
Go ahead.
Wait,
What are you
Clea,
confused about?
okay, so if you're
The
going.
motion was made,
Oh,
and a
gotcha.
vote was
Okay, I'm
made.
sorry.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't hear you. Ms. Gorey, I can't do that right now.
3 in favor. We have 2 abstentions and 4, wait a minute. 4 noes, so we don't have a majority.
We don't have the majority.
All right, so let me ask this question. We can move on. So does that mean that I have to die to get the building?
Not
named
die,
after me?
but leave
Okay.
the board. Not be the chairperson of the board. That's all I'm asking for.
Okay. Well, I can take over the other.
And I will be the first one to advocate the day that you're off of this board.
Okay.
That's my promise to you.
All right, so therefore, it will not, I can take over. And I want to thank everyone that supported me. I do feel like I am deserving of that honor. We did follow policy in that the board determines the name of the building, and therefore we can go on with the other 2. I can take it back now. All right, thank you. I want to go to the next name, and that would be the name of the gym. That would be for the Monroe High School gym. Are we postponing the name of the gym, or it's just me? Okay, well, then
All the other ones were voted for. How many are on the list? How many are on the list to vote?
2
So we're
more.
gonna vote for
Okay,
those 2 tonight.
so I'm gonna just go ahead and make the motion that we name the gym. Do you want to make the motion, Ms. Williams?
I'm gonna say we can postpone all of them, because we didn't discuss any of them.
All right, well, is that a motion to postpone them all?
We've already voted on that motion.
Well, she can make another motion. Is that your motion?
My motion is to postpone the voting of it, naming of anything right now.
All right, Ms. Bowles.
I was going to make a motion to proceed with the other names as planned in the agenda.
All right, well, we have one motion on the floor, which is
Mhm.
Ms. Williams. I'm gonna second Ms. Williams' motion to postpone.
But I have to ask for clarity on that. Do you want me to ask the question?
Yes.
Okay. I'm asking you the question of whether we could postpone now after we've already taken a vote in which I begged that we postponed and I got over voted on. And now that we've made the vote, where do we stand legally?
Now, the discussion is closed as to the early learning facility,
Right,
correct?
so we're on another name, and
I gather that we're on different parts of the agenda, although I have to say, I don't have the agenda item here, and I don't think it's posted either.
There were 3 names. There was the Early Learning Center, of which we asked for the policy said, and the policy is the same for all 3, and that the naming of any facility has to be approved by the board. Okay, so someone suggested on the board that we do a survey that is not a part of our policy. We did a survey. I still ended up with the most votes for the survey. Everybody sent in letters for me. They followed the policy, but the board is not now following policy. They're saying there's a conflict. So now we have two other names, and because we can do each one, Ms. Williams' motion is to postpone. So I'm seconding her motion. And so what
Yes,
we can do.
and I think it's still in order to postpone these items. The
Right,
board
it
can
is.
postpone.
Well,
Yes.
it depends on what the vote of the board is. I can vote on this one. Since,
And just for clarification again, because I don't have this before me, we're not talking about the early learning facility.
no, we're
So,
we're
yeah,
done
it's-
with,
I consider
we're
that
done with the early learning center. Yeah,
separate item
We
that
we
it
had
be-
to postpone
the
because
motion
I'm
is
still
germane.
living and I'm the chair. So I've been discriminated against. Okay. So, Ms. Williams, we have a motion on the floor to postpone the naming of the gymnasium. I've seconded. So we need to vote. Okay, we're missing. Did somebody leave? Oh, I need him to come back. Please. All right, we have 5 people in favor to postpone the naming of the gym. 4 opposed. All right, the next item on the agenda is the naming of the floor for the gymnasium. Ms. Williams. All right, I'm gonna second that. It's been moved and properly seconded that we postpone the naming of the gym floor. Oh, I'm sorry. Because we really can't anyway until we get her permission. All right, now this time we have 5 opposed to that and 4 in favor of postponing. So now the problem with the gym floor is that we can't name the floor after her because she's a living person. So we need to get permission.
How did she get on the agenda if that was the case?
Because if you read the policy, it
So
says
she shouldn't have been
that-
on this agenda then?
No, she can get on the agenda. If you read the policy says that you can name a facility after a person. If the person is deceased, then it's our right to do it. If the person is living, then you need to get permission.
But we
Ms. Cooper,
We knew she was living when we put her on the agenda.
All right.
I
So,
know that, but
Madam Chair, so my point
wait a
is.
minute. Let me get you, I'm gonna get you, Ms. Cooper. So I'm saying to Mr. Straker, but you still need to get permission. Okay, so Ms. Cooper, do you have a question?
So, yes, so my sentiments exactly, how did it get on the agenda if we can't? Now, if I recall, I think that we have gone ahead and voted and then you reached out and you asked the person.
Yes.
So being that we're in favor of going ahead and voting, I think we should move in that direction.
Well, if you'll allow me to do so, I will do so. Okay, so we have 5 that are opposed to postponing. So now I need a motion hold on, let me clear the board. I have a motion for us to, no, I'm sorry. What's your motion, Ms. Bowes?
I move that we name the gym floor as indicated in the agenda.
I second.
Can you all call the person's name, please?
Yes. Can someone remind me what the name is? It's the one in the agenda, in the files that we've been looking at for tonight, that floor naming. That's my motion.
No, someone, No, no, no. No. Come on, let's look it up. I'm gonna look. Well, no, we're not making a mockery. You need the motion for the person's name. Can you all look up the name? Because it's very
It's
interesting.
Miss Mary Beth
Huh.
Lighton.
Thank you, Ms. Baker. I move that we name the gym floor according to the agenda to Miss Mary L. That is my motion.
Ms. Bowles, I know the name. Would you allow me to make the motion?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to make a motion to do something, you should know the name. Thank you. I'm going to move that we name the gym floor after Mary Beth Lysette Smart. But let me ask one thing before I make that motion. Do you want the name? Would you all want her name as she was when she was a player for the district, or do you want it including her husband's last name?
Generally,
The
we give that
agenda.
preference to the individual, as we did when we named the bus facility in a person's name.
Okay, so the name is Mary Beth Lysette Smart. That's my motion.
I'd like to second your motion, Madam
All right.
Chair.
Okay, and it's been seconded by Ms. Bowles. Okay, and I'm going to vote for that. All right. Okay, we have 7 in favor and 2 abstentions. The 2 abstentions, Ms. Battle, are Ms. Williams and Dr. Haney. All right, I think that, let me see, have we concluded everything? I want to thank you. Who was that? I want to thank everybody for their patience. I'm going to thank you all for at least getting one of the names. I was hoping we could get 2 out of 3. And I do appreciate the people that came and spoke on my behalf, since I have to abstain. And I want to thank the members of the board that supported and those that had their reasons for, I do understand. But I thank you all so much for the opportunity. And I believe that we have covered everything. We are in adjournment. Thank you.